Okay, I just realized that I'm not really good at doing this while talking and flipping through the PowerPoints. This is just a picture of my baby when she was 1 month old, getting baptized. Just me and my family. It was always just me and my family, nothing to do with her dad or nothing. This is when we were in Mexico. This is his siblings. Here's my baby, and there's me. Um, I loved his family. His family was absolutely incredible, and we still talk to his family to this day. I absolutely adore his family. Actually, just Saturday of this weekend, we had my daughter's birthday party, 10th birthday party, and his brother actually came over and celebrated with us. So I adore his family. But anyway, back to the story. When we came back from Mexico, my mom was absolutely, I had no idea who she was. She had gotten very violent physically. She would call me every name for absolutely no reason. We were constantly fighting. I didn't even recognize who she was. This was the start of her 4-year long addiction to methamphetamine. Um, while she was gone every day doing what she was doing, she was never home. So when she was gone, I was 19 years old. I was taking care of my 4-year-old daughter by myself. I took care of my 2 younger sisters and my brother. I'd help them with their homework every night. I'd cook for them, breakfast and dinner. I'd clean the house. I'd do their laundry. I was basically my siblings' mom while trying to raise my daughter too. So a few months of that, my mom and then my one sister and my one brother moved into their own apartment, and I stayed in the house with my dad. My dad actually hadn't even moved out, even though they were legally separated. My mom was always gone, so my dad just took care of the house payments and stuff. So for the time being, me and my daughter just stayed in the house with them. Um, but there was, well, with her drug use, there was different boyfriends in and out of the house, of the apartment all the time, with my younger sister there. I feared for my sister all the time. My brother, he was old enough. He was like 14 or 15, so he was always out with friends and stuff like that. But my sister was only 9 or 10 years old. And then on top of all of her mental health issues, like she didn't know how to handle all that. Her mom was not mentally there. There was guys coming in and out of the house. There were drugs in that house all the time. So I would go over to the apartment, and I'd take my brother and sister for the day, and we'd go out to ice cream and all that stuff. I wanted to get them out of the house as much as I possibly could. I was going to college. I tried going to college for the first time at that time at NTC. So I was juggling that. My daughter wasn't in school then, so between finding babysitters, and working, um, so I tried to get them out of the house because I didn't want to. I feel like I would have betrayed my mom, and being as close as we had been before all this had started, I felt like I couldn't do that to her or something, like call the police or anything on her. I don't know. I was just still attached to her, and I didn't want to hurt her, no matter how bad she was hurting us. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Um, but through the whole time, like when I got pregnant, like I had lost all of my friends. I had like one friend throughout high school, and after we graduated, she moved away to Minnesota, so I had no friends. My only friend was my other sister, but she, like the older one, she had joined the Air Force, so she was living in California. So like I was dealing with all this by myself. Um, so during that course, my mom was arrested. I think 3 or 4 times she had been arrested for a few months at a time. She sat in jail, and so finally, the third or fourth time, the last time that she had gotten arrested, I told her, I'm cutting all ties with you. I'm done. I can't do that anymore. Um, I told her I wanted nothing to do with her until she was clean. And this time she was in jail for 6 months. And she called every day from jail. For the first 2 months, she called me every single day, and I wouldn't answer. I told her I'd cut the ties. But finally I answered after 2 months, and I just remember her just breaking down and crying because she was so happy that I finally answered the phone. So, let's see. She has been clean since that last time that she was in jail. 5 years she has been clean from meth now. So that's a positive. She tells me all the time that it's because of me, because I had cut those ties, and she always calls me her rock. Even now, she still comes to me for advice and for every little thing. Like, I do look at her as one of my best friends now. So, though it was rough for those few years, like, I don't know, maybe it was a blessing in disguise that it had gotten us closer than we were before. So, actually, I had been seeing my current husband around the second or third year that my mom was using drugs. So he had been kind of a part of that. He had been the stability that me and my daughter really needed. He had his own daughter, and he stepped in, and for the last 7 years, he has treated my daughter as his own, like completely his own daughter. Um, my daughter doesn't talk to her biological father or nothing. So I want to say a year when me and my current husband had been dating, she started calling him dad, and ever since that's just been her dad. Everybody knows him as her dad. So yeah, after sobriety, we all became closer again. Here's me and my siblings and my daughter in the front. My mom actually just graduated from Mid-State Technical College in May with her associates. So I was very proud of her for that. And here's my current family right now, my husband and my daughter and my stepdaughter. And because I think me and my husband were actually just talking about this last night, that we have never fought in front of the kids. If we have a disagreement, we wait until they go to bed or until they go to school or something to fight, because he did not have the best life growing up either. His parents fought all the time, and we both agreed that that's not okay, that it is detrimental to the kids' like mental health. Like, it's not okay to do that. So yeah, like I said, he's been my stability, my supporter, my like everything that I felt like I didn't deserve it after everything that I'd been through. I don't know. But my future is graduating. I do want to go into school. I don't know when. I don't know where, but I do want to continue school. But with him being the only income, it's very hard to get by with bills. So I do need to start working after I graduate, and then continue school as soon as I can. So yeah, I think I have seen and I have witnessed and I have experienced many different risk factors and forms of maltreatment and abuse. So that's why I feel like this class is very beneficial to actually be able to recognize these forms of abuse and maltreatment, and reflect on it, and then figure out how I can put my experiences to use to help other people recognize them and find the changes that they need to do to have a better life. Like, just because you're stuck in a rough spot, there is almost always something that you can do to better the situation. Like, you can't be stuck forever. And recognizing that and doing something about it will be the best thing that you can do. So yeah, thank you for listening.